We just entered the year 2025, and at this time of New Year's, a lot of us take time to take stock of the last year, 2024, perhaps looking at year-end wrap-ups in the news or wrap-ups of our own personal habits through our apps like Spotify telling us what music we listen to, maybe workout apps telling us how we were active, other apps telling us how we shopped or what we ate. And we might look at these lists and think, gosh, I wish I could be better. I wish I could do better. And we might make resolutions about what we want to do in 2025. But this method starts from a sense of deficit, or I have not, I did not, I am not. And Judaism has a different way. In our own new year on Rosh Hashanah in the fall, we begin with this celebration of life. Rosh Hashanah is the anniversary of creation, and it reminds us that we are all gifted with this incredible blessing of life, that we each have within us a holy sacred neshama. And so as we engage in the upcoming process that we call tshuva, we start with this sense of, I am enough, I am blessed with the gift of life, and I have an opportunity here. And then we go into the process of tshuva, which means return. So rather than starting from a sense of I am not, I have not, we think of it as returning to our best selves, acknowledging that we have that self within us, we have that holy neshama, and we may have already been that best self we aspire to at some other time, but we may have just gone astray. So rather than I am not, I have not, I would like to, we rather think of this as a return to our best self. And there's a teaching from Rabbi Simcha Bunim that gives us a sense of the perspective on this. That he said that in one pocket, everyone should carry around a sentence that says, I am but dust and ashes. And in the other pocket, to have a piece of paper with a phrase that says, the world was created only for me. And this too comes from the Rosh Hashanah practice of thinking of the creation of the world, that the first human being was placed in the garden all alone, that the first human being was created from dust and ashes and earth, a very humble beginning, but then was given the entire world, the entire Garden of Eden, all for themselves. And so we can think of this dualism in our own potentiality in the world, that on the one hand, we can be humble and remember that we're mere human beings, that we don't need to all go to the moon. But on the other hand, the world is created for us. The world is our oyster. We can do whatever we want. And so I hope for you that as you engage with this secular new year of 2025, that you too can start from a place of acknowledging the blessing of life and a desire to return to wholeness rather than seeing ourselves as in a deficit of what we are not. This year, New Year's Eve also coincided with Hanukkah, and in that there is also a lesson. Rav Kook, the founding rabbi of the first chief rabbi of Israel before the creation of the state, he taught that Hanukkah comes from the same root of the word chinuch, chet nun kaf. And Chanukah means dedication, and chinuch means education. So we can dedicate this time to all that we already are, to acknowledging in gratitude what we already have, and yet also engage in education, trying to better ourselves and work on self-improvement. And so again, we have that balance between acknowledging what we already have and the blessings in our lives and striving for the best that we can be. And so I wish you all a lot of health and joy and lots of good aspiration and inspiration in 2025.